Isabella's Inner Treasures. Adventures to learn by. It is a quiet Saturday night, and little Isabella is getting ready to go to bed. Isabella calls her parents. She yawns and stretches. Dad makes Isabella's bed, while Mum takes her to the bathroom to brush her teeth. As Isabella walks out of the bathroom, she finds her father taking out a beautiful storybook from a bookshelf next to her window. Isabella feels happy because she loves bedtime stories. She gets into bed next to her dad, while Mum begins to read a story. Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, there lived a young prince. Isabella's eyes brighten as she listens to the story. She wonders what will happen to the prince next. Isabella raises a hand and asks, "Did the prince live in a golden castle?" Mother laughs. "I don't think so. We'll have to wait and see." Isabella smiles and nods. But something starts to happen to Isabella. As her mother continues to read the story, Isabella's eyes begin to feel heavier. It isn't long before she feels sleepy. Mum and Dad kiss her, turn off the lamp and say, "Good night, darling," as they leave her bedroom. Little Isabella yawns and settles down to sleep. Suddenly, she hears a thud. When Isabella opens her eyes, she sees a book from the shelf on the floor. Huh? She sits up and stares at the shelf. All at once, a sparkling bright light fills the space on the bookshelf where the book fell off from and lights up the room. She hears a very gentle voice softly saying, "Hey, Isabella." Puzzled, she hops out of bed and walks slowly towards the bookshelf. "Hello? Who's there?" she calls out, wondering who said her name. Step by step, Isabella walks into the bright light coming from inside the shelf until her entire bedroom disappears. Isabella now finds herself in completely new surroundings, and she can't help but stare with wonder and delight. Isabella goes out walking and exploring with Vifor the horse and Bark the dog. They set out to find herbs, which Isabella, grandmother, uses to make teas. They leave in the morning and soon eat everything they had packed for lunch. They still have a long way to go, but they are starting to get hungry again. With his keen sense of smell, Bark finds a clearing where there are a few apple trees full of ripe and juicy fruits. Excitedly, Vifor rushes towards them, but Isabella stops him. "Dear Vifor, it's not healthy to eat too many apples at once. Let's stay calm and eat an apple each. Then, if we are not full, we can eat another one and so on." Vifor and Bark agree, and the three of them sit down on the grass, slowly eating an apple each.
"It was a great idea to eat apples slowly," says the horse Vifor. "Otherwise, our bellies would be hurting now, and we would not have been able to continue our journey. You showed us how to keep a balance, and I'm glad I followed your advice." We are very grateful, and I would be happy if you would let me take you on my back to your next destination.
And so, Isabella climbs onto the horse's back and they move on. The hot summer is in full swing. But for a few days now, there has been no wind. Everyone is wondering what happened. Isabella wants to find out the answer, so she sets off in search of the wind. She finds him sitting on a boulder, hidden from the eyes of the world, under a rock at the foot of the mountain.
Wind, what's happened to you? We all want to know why you don't blow anymore.
I'm surprised people ask about me, says the wind. Usually they don't like it when I come to visit, because I blow their hats off and ruin their outdoor parties.
I hear that it's not easy for you. You have to blow very hard to move the seeds around for the new plants to grow. Or to move the clouds to make it rain. You would like people to appreciate your hard work. Even if they don't seem to understand you, just carry on, because you are an important part of our world.
I'm glad you know that my work helps.
The wind smiles happily.
Thank you for your empathy and understanding of what I'm going through. When it gets too hot, just shout for me, and I'll come and help you cool off.
During her trip, Isabella meets a band of teddy bears who play panpipes, harmonica, leaf, and mandolin. They all play very well together, and the teddy bear Bruno, who is a mandolin master, also teaches Isabella to play. One morning, in a hurry to get going on new adventures, Isabella forgets to be careful and drops Bruno's mandolin, which breaks. The girl feels really upset and wonders what to do now. She doesn't want to leave the teddy bear without a mandolin, so she quickly runs to a musical instrument store and buys a new one. The next day, when the teddy bear starts to play the mandolin, he stops abruptly.
This is not my mandolin. It looks really new,
Bruno says.
What happened to it?
The bears wonder.
Do you know anything about this?
Bruno asks Isabella. The girl thinks for a while about what is the right thing to do, and then says regretfully,
I broke it by mistake. I replaced it with a new one so you wouldn't be upset. I'm sorry about what happened, but I hope you can play the new mandolin instead.
Of course I can, Bruno smiles. I appreciate your honesty and that you acknowledged what happened. I'm really grateful to you, because now I have a new mandolin and a wanted one. When you celebrate your birthday, let us know. We would love to play for you and have fun together.
A soft wind blows the curtains, and a ray of warm sunlight falls on Isabella's face. She can see a bright light as her eyes open slowly.
Oops.
Isabella smiles in surprise as she realizes that her adventures had all been a dream. She climbs out of bed and walks towards the kitchen, where her parents are preparing breakfast.
Good morning, Mum.
Good morning, Dad.
She greets her parents joyfully. "Good morning, love," her parents say, glad to see her. "How did you sleep?" "I just had the most amazing dream." "Really? Tell us all about it," they say with curiosity in their voice. Isabella nods happily and begins to tell her parents of her wonderful adventures that she dreamt of last night.
I demonstrated balance by suggesting to Vifor the horse that we eat the juicy apples in moderation, one at a time, so our bellies wouldn't suffer. I went in search of the wind, and when we met, I used empathy to relate to his feelings and encouraged him to carry on doing what he does best, as he is such a necessary element of our world. I had the courage to be honest and told the truth to Bruno the teddy bear when I accidentally broke his mandolin, and I replaced it with a new one.
Isabella's parents are looking very proud of their daughter's good soul. "Wow! Those are amazing adventures," Mum smiles. "It shows that you have a kind heart and you are full of courage too." "Thank you. I feel so happy to discover all these gifts that I can share with others." "You make a good point," her mum says. "All these wonderful traits that you shared in every encounter are yours, as part of who you really are. They are treasures that you possess, and the more you share them, the more they will grow." Isabella looks at her parents, wondering about something. "I would love to have more adventures like this. Is there any way I can do this?" "Of course there is," Mum replies. "By reading books, you can have so many kinds of adventures and also learn new things about yourself and about life." The conversation continues as they all sit together eating their breakfast and sharing these beautiful learnings about life from Isabella's adventures. Hey! Wasn't that fun? Follow Isabella on her next adventure, as she has many more stories to explore and places to discover. She has a wonderful time making new friends, meeting lots of animals, and learning about herself and the virtues of life. Every story has a special lesson that will help grow into a happy and healthy person. And the best part is, she gets to laugh and have a great time while she learns. We hope you have a magical time as you explore the other animated adventures we have created for you.